Hey beautiful tribe. So today's pickapile theme is I will survive. And this is messages you need to hear from Spirit right now to encourage you to keep going. So I will put the link below, but I also did a musical reading for this. Sometimes the readings are similar or almost identical, meaning like the songs will go along with like one of these piles, or maybe a bunch of the songs, like the whole reading together will go into, you know what I mean? But it's always different. That's like kind of the cool thing. So if you're interested in the musical reading, the link is below. Also, I wanted to say that this is the first time that I chose piles, but then they want us to do a meditation and then they want me to put something in front of it. Probably because this is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, this is pile 4, but all the cards are the same, right? So sometimes people have a hard time, especially, you know, I always recommend like you kind of get grounded and centered before you do these readings, just to kind of, you know, help you to connect with your higher self and me and our spirit guides and all that good stuff. So but sometimes we need a little help. So we're going to do a little meditation, and while the meditation is going, I'm going to put something in front of each pile, and whichever one your eye is drawn to, that's your pile. And you may be drawn to more than one pile, right? Okay, so we're going to start with a little bit of wind chime, and then I'm going to ask you to start closing your eyes, taking some deep breaths in and out, whatever feels good. I heard dragon breath for some of you on this one, which is, I'm not perfect, but try it like this, where you breathe in through your nose, and when you're breathing out, you want to act like you're going, like if you put your hand in front of your face, you can feel the breath. Some people like to do it through their mouth. Some people like to do it through their nose. So if you do it through your nose, it's kind of the same thing, but just close your mouth so you take in a deep breath. The whole point is you want to feel it from your gut, from your sacral chakra, okay? So you're just kind of like activating your chakras. You're kind of getting your body all livened up. And just so you know, I always infuse these readings with Reiki, love, and healing. I have called upon the archangels Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Metatron, and Sandalphon. So go ahead and keep breathing in and out. Keep your eyes closed. And now I'm going to start putting the oil in front. Oh, there you go. Ooh! Aren't you excited now to see which one you're going to choose? Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? And then I'll tell you when to open your eyes. Okay, open your eyes. Were your eyes drawn to one pile, 2 piles, 3 piles? How many piles were you drawn to? Just so you know, pile number 1 is sage, pile number 2 is patchouli, pile number 3 is clove, and pile number 4 is lemongrass. It's kind of weird because earlier these were the other way around, and just now Spirit had me switch them. So I'm like, okay. I'm not sure why that's happening, but that's kind of cool. So there's that. Also, I'm not plugging Young Living. I do trade for people for oils who want spirit work. So I have some friends who sell Young Living, some that sell doTERRA, whichever I'm drawn to, that's what it is. Okay. Also, I'm going to open my window a little bit. Out of nowhere, it just got really hot in here. Actually, my door. I'm going to open the door. Okay, hold on, you guys. I've never had this happen before, and if you've been here, you know I can't This is the way it has to be because I don't have oh shoot, that's crazy. You guys, I just propped that door open. I know the wind is strong, but holy cannoli, I guess they don't. Wow. Okay, well, I'm just going to do as I'm told. Maybe I'll open this a little bit more. Wow, you saw that, right? Holy cannoli, my hat is spinning right now. It's crazy. My hat is spinning on my light. That's so crazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of jump in, you guys, because it's warm, and Spirit said I can do it now or wait till tonight. I'm gonna put my hair up. And I was called to do it now, so maybe we're supposed to feel like this warmth of the hot summer day, right? Hot child in the city, woo, woo, woo. Sorry, my little, not sorry, my little moon wanted to come in and peek over and say hi. This is kyanite, in case you're wondering. So we have this crystal-themed reading. I'm not going to go to the piles just yet. So when I was doing the musical reading, it was so beautiful, and it started out with, you know, I will survive. And I realized, you know, it was almost like when I started this song, I was kind of like, I will survive, like, you know, like, fuck you kind of thing. I could do this on my own, you know, but then by the end, it's like, I felt like, no, like the empowerment that I feel right now for myself and everyone else, like, no, like, we got this, like, we really got this, you guys, like, we really do. I'm realizing more and more, like, so many of us light workers, like, we just need like a little check-in here and there. So this is just some words of encouragement from Spirit to keep you going. Just a little like, I love you. Just a little like, hey, you know, I see what you're doing there. It's awesome. Keep doing it. So this is like almost like a love letter, really, from Spirit to these piles. So I'm going to start with pile number 1, the sage, and then we will jump into all the other piles. There's a lot going on right now, so I'm just going to go with the flow of what Spirit is telling me to do. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1 with sage, you chose tiger's eye. And what is that, 7? Oh, it's probably 7 minutes. Okay, you chose tiger's eye. And I don't have all the stones and crystals here that were chosen, but I do have a little tiger's eye. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So I'll put this back here. Your theme of the day, your tiger's eye, and sage. And sage is either for smudging, essential oil, eating it, you know, whatever feels good to you. Spirit didn't give me any like little, you know, dialogue for the oils or any instructions in particular. Either they'll just like naturally happen with each pile, or they'll, you know, whatever. Okay, so for this one, we are going to start with tiger's iron. Okay, I feel like this wants to have its own with Goddess Mother. I need to keep drinking water, y'all. It's really hot. But I don't know, I was just really excited to do this. Also, I feel like when it's this hot, it's like, what else am I going to do? Just sit here and be miserable and be hot? It's like, at least I can have fun with you guys, right? The candles are a little much, but that's okay. All right, so tiger iron, also known as, wait. This is tiger's eye. Excusez-moi. This is tiger's eye. I'm so sorry. Let's get back to the real one. Okay. Calm, clarity, balanced emotions, communication, and intuition. Now remember, I'm going to put this somewhere where it's easy to see, but I don't want it that close to me. Ooh, I love when I rhyme. Okay. The messages you need to hear from Spirit right now to encourage you to keep going. Okay. So, if you have been plagued with negative thoughts lately, then Tiger's Eye Crystal will help you rid yourself of these and help you regain a positive and more inspiring attitude. You will soon begin to see things clearly and realize that there was really nothing to fear in the first place. Calm your thoughts and start to listen to your intuition. Know that all is well and that only love surrounds you. This card is also to do with communication. You may avoid unnecessary turmoil and problems by communicating clearly with others. Don't be afraid to express your views honestly and make sure there is no misunderstanding. You will gain respect and admiration for doing so. Ooh, the turmoil really like pulled me. I don't know. It made me think of like toil and trouble, you know? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So here are your cores. Woo! It's the last day of today. Oh no, it's not. Oh, good goddess. it's it's the 19th. I was about to say, oh yay, it's the last day of the debris of Mercury retrograde, because most people say it takes, you know, a little few weeks to kind of like go away. But it's only been a week since Mercury went back direct. But I thought it was the 26th, you guys. Oh my goodness. Wow, yeah. Okay, so support, ask for help. Look at that. Ask for help. Support. Ask your spirit guides for support. Call on archangels, whichever ones you align with. You know, Michael's a great one for protection, but all the archangels that I called at the beginning of this, Raphael, the East Air, green, like the heart chakra. Then you've got Michael in the South, fire, and that is our root chakra. You know, they all have different meanings and different, I wondered how this was going to kind of go. And then Gabriel of the West, water, which is also the messenger. Uriel of the North, grounding. And then Metatron and Xenophon, kind of like as above, so below. That's like what I always get from them. So like whatever works for you though. I mean, you may have other archangels that you want to work with or whatever, but also they're having me read the other part, which is get more rest and nurture yourself. So, you know, asking for help from the spirit guides, but then also like asking for help from like your friends and family. If you're overwhelmed right now, especially some of you with the littles, they told me to leave it like that right now. Ooh, look at how the reflections, I love that. They're saying for this group, like, you're not asking for help. Yes, you're this powerful as this tiger's eye, but at the same time, it's like, you know, we all need a little help here and there. Don't, you know, this is like a huge like message like from spirit saying like, yes, ask for help. We are here to help you. Look at, this is what they're saying to you. Listen, beloved, we love you. That's you, like under there in spirit, and the butterflies, look, they got your back. And on the card it says, prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship, and believe you are lovable. Now listen, this could be a relationship for some of you. But for some of you, I'm also feeling, you know, we've been getting a lot of this self-love lately. And that last reading, the musical reading for this, I Will Survive, was all about self-love. The whole thing was like, love yourself, self-love, like, you know, and that's what I got at the end of it was like, I will survive. Like, no matter what, I will survive. I will survive, right? And if I don't, I'll die. And then that's okay, because then I'll like, you know, go back and do my work on the other side, or I'll come back into human form. But, you know, it's like no fear. It's like no fear, no fear, no fear. Like, spirit's got your back. That's why they're going to be back here. Also, they're saying like they're trying to encourage you to keep going, because by loving yourself and making yourself your life partner, you know, then you'll be ready and prepared for when your actual life partner comes. Or maybe you have a life partner right now, but you guys just aren't like cohesive right now. Ooh, compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Oh, one of my favorite readers on YouTube, Cindy, she always says, as always, be gentle with yourself. She's so sweet. So compassion, having love and compassion for yourself, for others, even when you're angry at somebody, I'm hearing, even when you're mad, have some compassion, because none of us are walking in each other's shoes and we have no idea what the other person is going through. We have absolutely, you know, a lot of people, have you ever heard that saying, like some people are fighting inner struggles that nobody knows about, right? You know? It says, be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free, and see the light in yourself and others. Yes, even when someone's being a total douche. I'm literally hearing this, like, this is what they're saying. Like, even when someone's being like a total douchebag, like, that's okay. You know, it's okay to kind of kneel down and just say, you know what, I'm going to, you know, you take the high road and I'll take the low road, right? Like, it doesn't mean that someone's better than you. And even if they're like, haha, you know, that kind of thing, like, oh, I'm going to get one up on you. I'm going to, you know, it's like, that's so unnecessary. It's absolutely, positively unnecessary. And for some of you, they create, like they meaning like your family, your friends, your significant whatever, like they had a huge part in, you know, contributing to like this. Don't get it twisted. Like, you know, they know that. It's just that you're in a different place now. And that's the difference of being in the 3D and being in the 5D, right? Because when we're in the 3D, we're still in this kind of like, you know, archaic thinking of like one-upping and ego and power and, you know, and it's like, but it doesn't belong in the 5D. In the 5D, everybody wins. We don't care what you look like. We don't care. Like, we love you. Everybody's having a different experience. For whatever reason, somebody chose to be African American. Somebody chose to be Caucasian. Somebody chose to be Asian, whatever. It doesn't matter. That was their choice. And it's like, we're so beyond that. So I'm also hearing like, don't get into entanglements with people. Spirit saying like, literally, this is like your mantra. When somebody starts getting shitty with you, they literally want you to start singing that song. I'll take the high road and you'll take the low road. And I don't remember the whole song. I'll see if I can try and find it. If I can, I can. If not, then look it up yourself. Even look up the lyrics. And it's an old song. And to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually a little concerned that it might be one of those things that's like, you know, you hear a song and then you find out later it was like some like slave chain gang song, and they're like, dude, that's like completely inappropriate, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that, right? So hopefully that's not the case, but just in case, I don't know why I was meant to say that disclaimer. So let's see what other messages we have from Spirit. Oh, these two, whoo, they didn't want to stay in the pile. Oh, open your heart to love. Number one with yourself, and then number one with others, knowing that even, you know what, the truth is, even when people are treating you like shit, they obviously care about you. Because if they didn't care anything about you, they wouldn't give a fuck at all. You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't even engage with you. They wouldn't even engage with you. So, you know, open your heart to love for yourself and for others. Because, again, you don't know what anybody else is going through. So even if they're like, I feel like they just keep moving it. Oh, Goddess Mother's like, oh, I'd like to have that as my backdrop. Oh, that's pretty. And also, who wants to cover these unicorns, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you hear what they're saying to you? Also, saying thank you. It's also the number 4 about balance. And when they're saying thank you, like this may represent couples to some of you, you know, because this is I will survive. So maybe even this is like, thank you for being in this relationship with me, whatever relationship it is. In this particular picture, it looks like a couple. But, you know, when I got these cards, I was really drawn to them. But there are some things that I was like, it doesn't have to be so specific, right? But it's really just about being in gratitude for the relationship, because even if it's quote unquote a shitty relationship, you learned something from it. So, you know, we stay in gratitude because everything we do is good. It's good or it's bad. That's like a false positive. It's like some programming that we've been, you know, that's been put into us. And now every single day we have to work hard at it. I was just saying this with my husband the other day on the phone. I said, you know, sometimes it's hard to hear certain things from the people that we love, but when we get those moments of clarity, it's good to keep reminding ourselves of that clarity, right? Meaning, like, you know, when you realize, like, okay, yeah, that's coming from a victim mentality, or that's coming from my ego or whatever. And then you correct it. And then you keep course correcting. You guys, it's not going to happen overnight. It may not happen for months or years. It's course correcting for a reason, right? We have to keep coming back to our original self, to our higher self. And when something doesn't feel good, that's when we meditate, you know? So the next one is take bite-sized steps. It's also number 46, which is the number 10, which is about completion, right? You don't have to keep up with the crowd. Do you see how different they are? It's okay to be different. And you know what? You will survive. As they keep moving on, as they keep going and going their own way, and you're like, I'm sorry, I can't go with you. You know? It's okay. You know, by the way, my necklace tied itself in a knot like this today. It's also my pendulum, and they told me to put it on like this, and I didn't understand why, but you know, it's like moving around. It's so crazy. I love it. Blue kyanite. Blue kyanite's awesome, you guys, because kyanite is like selenite, where it can't hold negative energy, and all it does is filter out a filter. It's like the out. Oh my goodness, the dark goes in and filters out good, right? So black kyanite's really powerful too. Black kyanite's more for protection, I feel like. Anyway, so just take bite-sized steps. Take one step at a time. Maybe even I'm hearing literally like one person at a time. Take one person at a time. There's no rush. There's no hurry. You stay in your lane. You let them go on their journey wherever they need to go. That's okay. That's okay. Also, look at this, another 10. You're not afraid. Remind yourself that it may seem like this, but our thoughts are always 100% worse than our reality, right? Like if it's in a negative thing, if we're concerned, and I don't like to use the fear-based words like afraid, but since it's in here, right? But if we're really concerned about something, it like blows up into this big fear. I have this great analogy of this monk, and if you've heard this story before from me, I'm sorry, not sorry that you have to hear it again. But this monk, I went to this non-denominational church in Malibu in Los Angeles, and they had different people every week. It was really cool. And they had pictures of Jesus and Muhammad and Buddha and all these different, prophets from all over the world on the back wall. Well, the first day that I went, I was really blessed to hear from a monk who was actually an American who went and studied in Tibet. So long story short, through all their different trainings and their rituals and things like that, they all live there, right? So some are, if you're good at cooking, you're in the kitchen. If you're good at gardening, you're working on the grounds, etc. And so this particular monk was really good with working on the grounds. And so their job was to water. And they would hear the bells, they would hear a gong or whatever it was, for them to come and they're saying, do this one. They'd hear something or whatever it is, or like a big gong. And they were like, oh, I got to finish up this watering or whatever. And at the time, everything was fine. They felt good. Everything was good. They went to meditate. And part of their training at the time, I don't know how many years ago this was, or decades ago this was, but their training was to sit on fold-out chairs. And the whole point is to sit very, 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 very still and not make a noise. But this monk was saying that when they got in there, everything was fine. And they were sitting on the chair and they felt great until all of a sudden the monkey mind came in. Monkey mind meaning like all of a sudden they were like, oh, did I turn the water off? Oh, yeah, I turned the water off. And then they were fine for a minute and they're like, did I turn the water off? And they started questioning and second guessing and questioning and second guessing themselves. And then before they knew it, it was like they heard the chair started, Now I'm just doing this for the effect, right? But they were probably just moving a little bit, probably just fidgeting a little bit. And then all of a sudden they couldn't take it anymore and they burst out of their chair and they burst through the doors and they ran to the thing to turn it off. And what do you think? Exactly, it was turned off. But they were explaining how our minds can be really powerful, and if we feed, it's like that analogy of like, which wolf are you feeding, and the fable of the grandfather telling the grandchild the story of the wolf and the dark wolf and the light wolf, and in the end the child says, so which wolf wins? And he goes, whichever one you feed. So exactly that. It's like if you feed yourself all of this love, look at all of this love. If you feed yourself all of this gratitude and power, then you won't feel alone. You won't feel those feelings anymore, right? Like you'll feel empowered, you'll feel strong, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's flying solo, whatever it is. But getting out of the monkey mind and living more in the heart-centered space, you might want to work with Raphael and the heart chakra. That might really help you a lot. And so the last card is number 59, which is also the number 14, which is also the number 5, which is halfway there to completion, right? Spread the light. Yes, it's your job. It's your job. This is your job, is to spread the light and the love. I'm hearing this goes here. To spread the light and the love. That is your work here. I pulled some clarifiers and, for the whole group. And I just want to see if there's any messages in here, Spirit. Are there any more messages for pile number 1, for our Tiger's Eye pile? Oh, partnership number 32, also the number 5. Wow, see that? We've been pulling a lot of 5s and 10s lately, right? So partnership. So for some of you, you know, maybe this is exactly what this is. And, you know, it could be all about getting your shit together so that you can start to look at things from a different perspective. For some of you, I'm hearing you do not have to completely break up with someone, whether it's a significant other. And then I specifically heard business partner. It's not necessarily proactive for you right now, because I'm hearing like having this kind of energy, the light and the love and the compassion, you can fix this. Now, for some of you, they're saying like, just leave it alone. And you know it. Like if your gut is telling you, if you're like crying and you're like, you know, they're saying, don't concern yourself with it, because you know what? That just means you're on a higher mission, on a higher path. You're a healer. This is your job. This is your work here. That's why they're saying to spread the light. And if you don't have the proper support system, how are you going to do that? Right? How are you going to do that? So I'm going to bring this back here. And on the bottom it says, you have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your paths as a healer. Yeah. This is who you are. This is who you are. You beautiful, gorgeous, one-of-a-kind, weirdo, unicorn. Love you. Okay, number 20, renewal. Review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life purpose. Releasing judgments of yourself and others. Right? Renewal. Which is, this is what they're saying, right? If you can have the love and the compassion, you know, it's like you're going to have a brand new relationship with this person. One that you never even knew you could have. And for some of you, you aren't going to have one with them because there are other people that are waiting to help you. There are other people. And they're saying, for some of you, just drop it. It's really time for you to drop it. You need to let it go. You've been holding on too tight, too long. This is the number 3. Also, they had me call into that because there's a third party involved for some of you, and you know that. And for some of you, it's like they need to go through this, whatever this is, and they may come back around or they won't. And my mantra lately, oh my gosh, it was on a plaque my dad gave my mom when they got divorced, which is, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was. It just means it was there to help, to learn, to teach a lesson, and that's it. And Spirit hates to say that to you. They're saying they hate to say that to you. They're feeling the tears. They're feeling the love. They're sending you love. They're sending you so much love and compassion, right? The dragon. They're saying, but remember your power. Remember your strength. You are a dragon. You are so powerful. My goddess, you're so powerful. Number 24, which is the number 6. I also feel like number 24, it feels like somebody's birthday. I literally just heard happy birthday after that. So it's either the 6 or the 24. So those are your messages of encouragement from Spirit. I hope you enjoyed your reading, first pile, Tiger's Eye. Thank you so much. And if you had a good time, and if you found this to be helpful in any way, please, send me a prayer, light a candle for me, or if you have the means to do so, there is some information below to donate or book a reading with me. And that's it. We'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, don't forget your sage. Okay. Oops. Let me see. Okay, so this one. Okay. So that's going there. That's going there. That's going there. That's going there. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, pile number 2. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2. This is 20. I can't even see that from here. I should probably put my glasses on. Okay, pile number 2. I'm going to say 28 something, but I'll look it up. Okay, so soda light and patchouli. I had to take the bottle off because if you know patchouli, it's so thick, like real actual patchouli is so thick and it's resin-like, and it was just getting so gross, so I had to peel it off. But this is patchouli. So that means you need to work with patchouli in whatever way feels good to you. All I ask is that you find real patchouli. You know, it's worth the investment. I swear to you, it is worth the investment, because I'm going to tell you something right now. Fake patchouli is usually, I always thought I hated patchouli until I realized that it was because the fake patchouli was like making me sick. And then the first time I smelled real patchouli, I almost cried, because I was like, what is this goodness? What is this magic? And my friend's like, dude, that's like real patchouli. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it in the diffuser. I love it on me. I actually get a little water bottle like this. I have small hands, but you can kind of see. And I'll, you know, fill this with, you know, good water. And then I put like 4 or 5 drops of patchouli in there, and I shake it up, and I'm going to put some on right now just as a refresher. It's like perfume, but it's nice because the water, especially in the summer now, the water feels good, and you got that nice patchouli hippie smell. I bet you could smell it now. If you know patchouli, you could smell it now in your essence, right? Okay, so Sodalite. Let's hear what Sodalite has to say. And just a little reminder, Spirit, can we just get another reminder? Yes, this is I Will Survive. The messages, oops, here we go. The messages you need to hear right now to encourage you to keep going. Don't give up, don't give up. Okay, so Sodalite. Intuition, perception, meditation, calm, strength, determination. These are your keywords. The other one didn't have me show the book, but this one is. So take a screenshot if you need to, if you'd like to. But man, I'm hearing, the first thing I got out the gate was, man, when I saw calm and meditation, I felt like they were bouncing off the page. So it sounds like you guys need to get some focus and some calming and some alone time. Okay, keep your calm, for this will help strengthen your determination to quietly pursue your dreams. Set aside a little time each day to meditate and reflect on all that you wish to create in your life. Be guided by what you instinctively feel in your heart and trust your intuition. For in doing so, you will draw to you all that is necessary for you to create that which your heart so desires. At the time, let go of rigidly fixed At the same time, let go of rigidly fixed expectations or time frames and trust that your dreams may manifest in ways you have not yet imagined. This card is a positive confirmation. Keep the dream alive. Oh, so this is from Spirit. Spirit's words are keep the dream alive. Oh my gosh. So for your pile, they didn't have anything for the other pile, but they're telling you to keep the dream alive. So let's get some clarifier cards on this Sodalite. Ooh, the Death card, number 46, which is also the number 10. That came up for, number 10 came up for the last one too. Oh my gosh, by the way, I was really pulled to this Lemurian crystal, this teeny one right here. So I have a feeling you guys are Lemurians. If not all of you, I would say a lot of you are Lemurians. And look it up, Lemurian, Lemurian. So the Death card is a beautiful card. A lot of people look at the Death card as something horrible, and I'm like, no. The Death card is so special. It's because when it's death, it means rebirth. Like, I remember I went to this one shaman when I first started working with spirit and awakening, and I was like, I just want to kill myself. I'm like, I've tried to kill myself many times, and I was like telling them my whole story, and they're like, oh, that's awesome. And I was like, what? I'm like, it was like kind of shocking, you know, because you're just like, it was the first time somebody wasn't like, oh my God, or freaking out, or what can I do? Or, you know, like, anyway, so, but they said, no, that's good. That means that you're ready for a change. That means you're ready to let go of that which no longer serves you. And that's one of the first times I actually really heard that term in that way. And I got it. And I knew what they were trying to say. So the death is all about rebirth. So it just means it's the death of something so that something else can be born into it, right? So let's see, what other clarifiers do we have here? The Earth Fairy, number 27, which is also the number 9. Physical health, grounding, and foundations, right? I just said the calm, the meditation, grounding. And look at your fairies are calling to you. This may be the fairy pile. One of the piles pulled way more fairy cards, fairy tarot, than the other ones. So, yeah, this fairy is speaking to you loud and clear. Loud and clear. All about grounding, getting back into nature. Ooh, the Lady of the Lake, number 8. I love it, number 8, number 9. Absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. Wow. Wow. It's really powerful. Number 8. 8 is about infinity, but There's a lot of different meanings with that. I was wondering if they were going to have me pull out my notebook. I had a feeling with some people this was going to happen. So number 8 is about transformation, progress, the next step, regaining balance, stability. It's a welcome card after 7. Struggle offers resolution, mastery, action, and accomplishment. But it's interesting because this one is number 27, which is also the number 9. And number 9 says, oops, I feel like I wasn't supposed to touch her. Goals achieved, fortune, success, patience. You're almost there. Keep going. Overcoming hardships, celebrations. Be proud. End of struggle. Everything's coming to fruition. Patience, perseverance, attainment, and fulfillment. It sounds like so far, you guys, like it just sounds like Spirit saying like you just got a little bit longer to go. But you're in this like, you know, when you're so close, like you're so close. You're like, you know, it's like if you looked at 1 to 10, right? Like 8 and 9 are at the end. Like you're so close. You're almost there. And 10 is about completion. So it's like you have 8, 9, and 10. It's like you're almost there. So they're just trying to give you some more words of encouragement. 8 of winter. Number 8. You have what it takes if only you believe in yourself. Thinking that you're powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. And you're the only one doing this to yourself. Because even if we say, oh, I can't do that because so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yes, but you're deciding, look, they're by themselves in that card. I love this card because it's very androgynous to me, number 1. Number 2, I feel like it looks like a child and an adult all in one. So I feel like there's some of you that the fear that you're feeling it's not even yours. It's like something from your childhood. It's like something, look at all this purple, by the way, or like this indigo, which is the crown chakra. So, you know, really work with your crown chakra energy to call in those archangels and call in like the spirit guides and, you know, the galactical councils, realms, whatever words, you know, feel good to you. Gods, goddesses, creator, you know, but calling in that energy through your crown chakra, especially in meditation and when you're calm. And if you notice, look at, they're alone, they're alone, they're alone. There's a theme here. There's a theme here. There's a theme here. Whenever the crystals come in, I always know it's going to be something really awesome. Number 14, the frog, which is also the number 5. And 5's all about transformation and change. Cleaning house, releasing emotional baggage. Yes, you guys are witchy as fuck. You guys got so much goddess, witchy, fairy, like, there's just a lot of powerful energy coming through for you guys. Where do you want to be, Froggy? I'm like, where do you want to be, Froggy? This frog is so cute. Yeah, emotional baggage, right? And what did that say about letting go of, like, you know, that which no longer serves you, saying goodbye? What did it say? You have what it takes if only you believe in yourself. Thinking that you're powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. That's the baggage that you need to release. You are a superstar. If you're in this tribe, if you have made it to this reading right now, you are here for a reason. You are a powerful light worker. That is my job. I am the healer for the healers. I'm here to help you wake up to your divine. I'm here to work as a muse to help you work through things. That's why I call myself more of a spiritual guidance counselor or a channeler than I would say like I'm a psychic or like, you know, I mean it is what it is. It's like I'm a telepath, so it's like I don't know if I guess psychic, telepath, it's the same thing. It's like I know what people are thinking, feeling, whatever, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, and that's not ego, it's just soul knowledge, it's like part of my gifts, but it's like the same for you. I feel like you need to say it out loud like that instead of saying, well, I think I'm this or I think I'm that. They're like, no, own it, own it, own it. 5 of winter, another 5. Walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. Now listen, I mean, I understand. I get it. I have people who are like, I just got married a few years ago. Like, I love them. I want to be with them. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm like, maybe not right now because you have to, you know, even this one, it's like, look, walking away from the crowd, alone, again. So, you know, it's like divine feminine, masculine. It's like there was a lot of like feminine energy here, but it's like now they're showing you like the masculine too. Like sometimes right now, it's like, well, sometimes people change, but right now, I mean, we're all going through so much. And again, if you notice the color of the card, I mean, there is seriously a theme going on here, you guys. Because if you look at the musical reading of the I Will Survive, it's like, I pulled by the deck. That's why I think it's more fun, because then it's like, then I pull them, all the decks together, and we pull in different messages. So look at this. Trust, leap into the unknown, have faith and move forward, and believe you will fly. You have to believe, number one, of your gifts, but number two, that if you are meant to be with whoever, or this family, friend, significant other, then it will be right, and you guys will find your way back to each other. But if you don't, then you don't. And that is, it's hard. I understand. I've been there. I'm still going through it myself. But, you need to stand up and be proud. In fact, I'm hearing they want me to move things around a little bit, because they want you to, they want you to trust in yourself. And the thing is, I feel like you do trust yourself, but I feel like when you're with other people, and even there, look at how the colors are similar, but like this kind of like light that's coming. This is beautiful, you guys. This is one of the most beautiful readings I think I've ever done. And you guys are so powerful. And it's interesting because I feel like it's a 50-50. I feel like some of you like really believe in yourself and you're doing this, but you just need some last bit of encouragement, like that you're on the right path to keep going. And I feel like some of you, this is for you to like really break free from that particular person or that particular situation or whatever it is. You know what it is. It's all individual. These are for many people. But look at this, the Queen, number 4. Oh my gosh, come on, you guys. Look at this. Holy shit. Now, by the way, when I do this, I keep my eyes closed with the cards, like, where I can't see them. And I just put them in piles. So I don't even know what they look like until you look at them too. So even to me, I'm like, geez, this is like holy cannoli, like holy cannoli. So it says woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. Let me tell you something. As much as I love and miss Edward, and I miss him, let me tell you, I miss my partner. I believe he's my twin flame. I still hope we'll come back around. But if we don't, then I believe that someone who is worthy of my love, of my connection, will be there when it's time. And I'm not saying that he's not worthy, but it just means that he'll go find his queen. I'm just not her. Sometimes we just help each other from one place to the next place to the next place. When my ex-husband and I broke up, it was like one of the hardest breakups of my life because we loved each other so much. We were such best friends. The thought of never seeing each other again was like, this is crazy. And we stayed friends for many, many years after our divorce. He went through different relationships. I was friends with his significant others until he finally, I don't know if he's married now, but like he finally found someone that like, he's like, I want to spend my life with her, and moved in with her and her kids. And she's like, I don't want you talking to her anymore. And that's her prerogative. You know what I mean? That's his new queen. So I was like, bye. That was all. Maybe we'll come back around someday. Maybe we won't. But, then I found Edward, who was like another king in my life that I was like, oh my gosh. And I've had other kings in between, but you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know why they're having me hold my hand here. It's really bizarre. It's as if they want, I don't know. It's like she's floating or something. I feel like she wants to go behind the goddess, but I don't want to cover. I feel like I'm not supposed to cover up something. Maybe Froggy. Froggy's like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. The Queen. Froggy can come back here. But you hear what I'm saying? I love you guys so much, and I don't want to watch you struggle anymore. And trust me, it hurts like a motherfucker. I feel for you. I understand. My heart is with you. I really understand. But like, we need you now. And you need to let them go do what they need to do. And they're either going to get it or they're not. But it's just not, it's not for you, to decide. Make your own joy. You're letting them steal your joy and your happiness. And the reason why you're like clogged with this and why you're not moving forward, no matter who you are in this scenario, it's because you're allowing someone to steal your joy. And it's number 37, which is also the number 10. Don't let them take your joy. That's yours. It's not for them to take. Number 9, the Hermit. Find or be a mentor. Take a break from society. A commitment to your spiritual growth. I mean, come on. Right there. That's Spirit saying, you got to let it go. It's not just about the love sometimes. It's not I mean, the love is always there, but they're saying like, transfer that love to you. Maybe you're trying too hard to like lift somebody. By the way, I'm getting this weird shooting pain in my back, which I don't normally get. And I stretched before this. So if some of you are having pain in your back, I'm hearing from Spirit, it's because of this. Like maybe, oh gosh, it's like I want it to go away. I'm like, and it could just be like literally because someone is a pain in your back, like they're a pain in your backside, like they're a pain in your ass. And yes, you love them, but you don't owe them anything. Awareness, live in the moment, be conscious of your thoughts, and look for signs and guidance. I mean, come on. Look at this goddess unicorn. I just said, Goddess Mother, you're covered up. She's like, I'm all right. Okay, so let's see, what's the next message? What'd you say? Oh, look for the signs and guidance. For some of you, it's like they're like in front of you every day, all the time, and you know it, but you're just ignoring them. I had this really beautiful session with a fellow tribe member yesterday who, they're like, yeah, I know, or yeah, this or that. And it's like, how much longer are we going to like lie to ourselves, right? Like, how much longer are we going to say, oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay for someone to treat us like shit. It's not okay for someone to tell us who we are, or try and tell us who we are. It's not okay. And Spirit wants you to know it's not okay. Protection, number 38, which is also the number 11. Protection. Wearing things. I just got called to get some new tattoos, which was like really wild and came out of nowhere the other day. And then I read for somebody and it was like the same for them. And I was like, wow, I think it's interesting. I feel like Spirit's like trying to get us to like, if you don't like tattoos, that's okay. But like, just until you feel more grounded and centered with who you are, like wear crystals, stones, like whatever, obviously like sodalite was drawn to you. So as far as I remember, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive. I think sodalite, it has to do with your throat chakra. So, which would make sense, right? Because you're not like speaking your full truth for yourself. So I look at you, the queen, the fairy, the priestess, like, it's like, my gosh, look at you. So, maybe for some of you, it's like changing your hair or your outfit or starting to dress like a badass mofo, right? Like maybe you want to like dress like that or dress like that or dress like this. Like maybe you want to dress from the 1800s and be vintage and Victorian, or maybe you want to, look like some, goddess from, freaking wherever, Scandinavia, I don't know, whatever, or warrior, Scandinavian warrior, I don't know why that came in. But do you hear what I mean? It's like, it's really about you focusing on you right now and completely taking the focus off of this other person. So you will survive on your own. You do not need them. You will survive. That's what Spirit was saying, is that you will survive. And for you to keep going, and their encouragement is for you to seek solace in meditation with your higher self, with your spirit guides, and like getting the messages. Or like maybe you'll see a picture in a magazine or something on TV or a TV show or something. I've been watching old movies and like older things and like getting like a whole new perspective on them. So, even like my fashion, like just certain things where I was like, oh yeah, I still love wearing that. So, so the protection could be, clothes, jewelry, I wear a lot of jewelry. I've got my moonstone bracelet. Sorry, it's hard to show there, So it's like whatever you need. Look at this next card, Goddess. Honor your divine feminine energy. See your inner beauty. Love every part of you. I mean, come on. That's crazy town. That's crazy town. That's so much crazy town that I've got to do this. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. I got you, Spirit. I got you. I got you. Thank you so much. Nope. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Just in case, when I'm done with this, you might want to take a screenshot. Oop. And by the way, I love how they're like looking to each other. Oh, I hear what you're saying. Gotcha. So up front and center. There's always a reason, even if I don't understand it at the moment. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got it. They're so good. It's like, they're not playing. Like, they really want you to see yourself the way that they see you. Right? Because that's the most important part of this, is that you see yourself the way that Spirit sees you. Okay, and now we have one more card that just flew off. And it totally makes sense too. You're gonna love this. In the musical reading, this card made me smile. I mean, come on. Do you not? I mean, in one reading, come on. And it's like, I feel like the goddess almost like wants to look back at you guys. It's like, you know, even though this is your card, it's like she's looking back at you to say, do you not see yourself? And I feel like for some of you, it's like she's saying too, like you've been in every incarnation like this through all your lifetimes, you know. That's why some of you may even like look familiar. So this is your last card, number 22, which is also the number 4, is stability. Love your body. This was in the beginning of the I Will Survive. I don't want to cover her up. Okay. They said you don't want to cover her up. Okay. Right? Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Come on. I'm going to try and get out of the picture. Take a screenshot for yourself. And Spirit wants you to like see this screenshot, see this image, so that every time you start to think that you're not, okay, I just heard somebody wants to see the words fairy. Okay, then I will do it this way. I didn't think it was that particular, but somebody wants, the fairy means a lot to them, and I don't take anything away from anybody. Okay, so if you want to take another screenshot. But I mean, come on, you guys. Look at that. That's powerful. Now I gotta see, we've got some clarifiers, okay? We've got some clarifiers. I pulled this stack for all 4 groups just in case. So let's see, do we have any clarifiers, Spirit? Do we have any clarifiers for this pile? Any last messages? Anything else you want to say? Oh my gosh, it's so perfect. Powerful, intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. 18, which is also the number 9, the moon. Come on, goddess energy. What? Come on. Oh gosh, if that isn't a screenshot, I don't know what is. Oh my goodness. And also Lilith in the form of the serpent would like to say there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with being sexy. There's nothing wrong with your body. That size doesn't matter. That hair doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Do you know I haven't shaved underneath my armpits for I don't even know how long now. And when I first moved to the Northwest over 9 years ago, both of my roommates didn't shave their armpits. They were my sweet hippie sisters. And I just thought they were adorable, but I was like, ew, that's so gross, you guys. I'm like, shave your pits. But then over time, I started to realize, I'm like, what do I care? It's just hair. And it was more of a hassle to shave my armpits than it was to just like let them go. And then I was just like, you know what? It's part of me. And then I asked Edward, I was like, does it gross you out? I'm like, I'll be honest. I'm like, if it, you know, you didn't, when you got together with me, I used to shave my armpits. And I think it was maybe 2 years after we were together. So maybe this was 3 years ago. And he was like, I don't give a rat's ass if you shave your legs, your cooch, your armpits. He's like, I don't care. I love you just the way you are. He's like, you know, and the truth is a lot of people like that, you know. I mean, there are some guys who like a woman who doesn't shave anywhere, you know. He likes the smell of her, like the scent, you know, which is interesting that you guys, you know, picked the patchouli, right? Because patchouli is kind of like known for being kind of like that hippie, you know, that kind of sexy hippie goddess, you know, energy. So those are your messages. Beautiful pile. Number 2, sodalite. Do not forget your voice. Do not forget your magic. Do not forget your gorgeous goddess, feminine, divine energy that is yours and it doesn't belong to anybody else. And on the serpent, it says knowledge and healing. It's number 23, which is also the number 5. Seek your inner knowledge, Heal thyself, heal thyself. I almost went like a slither, like a you know how a snake goes. I almost went heal thyself, like, oh, but it was in a really beautiful way. Okay, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you get a minute, please just send a prayer my way or light a candle for me for an exchange of energy. And if you have the means to do so, there's information below to either book a session with me or to donate to this channel. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, on to pile number 3. I'm so excited for pile number 3. This reading was like intense. Okay. Beautiful goddess energy. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Okay. Let's see. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. If you picked pile number 3, you also picked clove, you witchy witches. Okay, and moonstone with clove. This is the crystal that is calling to you to work with it. Oops, almost forgot to take away patchouli. Sorry, patchouli. Well, and maybe for some of you, you needed to see that. Okay, so moonstone and clove. By the way, I didn't say this to any other pile, but you're the first pile that I was called to look up. Look up clove spirit meaning. I believe it's protection, but it could be something else. But my other piles did not say that. But maybe it's because I got witchy witch right out the gate. Now, when I did the musical reading for this, the theme is, let me get it right. The theme is I will survive. And this is the messages you need to hear from Spirit right now to encourage you to keep going. Right? So for some of you that are feeling a little defeated, deflated, and you need a little cheerleader right now, and maybe you don't have the means to do a one-on-one session with me, and so you're coming here and whatever. It's like, this is your time, this is your space, this is your connection with Spirit, for them to just give you a little bit of a pep talk, a little cheerleader, like, we got your back. Okay, so we're going to read what the moonstone has to say. I have not read, I'm not reading the other cards. I'm just reading the crystal from the crystal oracle for each one, just to give you, like, because it's, it's the energy and the message behind the stone itself. Okay. Moonstone. And I just heard Spirit say, you don't know that we may not be reading from the other books. I'm like, okay, I guess the first 2 piles we didn't. So we'll see. Moonstone, fertility, reflection, intuition, imagination, goddess energy, and amplified feelings. Ooh, you may, if you were drawn to pile number 2 as well, you may want to go back in there, because right out the gate, I got a lot of like bumps of energy from pile 2. Okay, so the moonstone says, let me put on my sweet little glasses, my grannies. During the appearance of the next full moon, your emotions and fears will be amplified, and you will at times think you're going crazy. However, keep your calm, for this condition will only last a few days. During this time, you will find yourself reflecting on your life, both past and present. You will gain deep insights as to the nature of true happiness and begin to reassess your priorities. After the full moon, a fertile period in your life begins, full of many exciting challenges and changes. Oh, yay for you, pile 3! Many new and rewarding friendships will be formed as you embark on new and creative ventures. This is all the result of the reflective light of the moon, so give thanks to her for her wisdom. Embrace the blessings coming your way. You may want to get a screenshot of that. That's very exciting. So now, I know these readings are timeless and they're for many people, so take what you need, leave how much you don't. But just so you know, FYI, today is July 19th, 2020, and it's the day before the new moon. So I thought that was very interesting, because I was like, ooh, I'm like, when's the next full moon? So I will tell you. According to my calendar, the next full moon is the 3rd, and I don't know, it will depend whether it's the 2nd to the 3rd or the 3rd to the 4th, depending on where you live in the world. I'll have to look it up. But just so you know, it's going to be around the first few days of August, which is also in Leo season, very fiery. So you may be a Leo, or maybe you just get really amped up and pumped up during the fire seasons. Maybe you're an Aries or a Sag. But and also it's going to be the full moon in Aquarius, I think, right? Because we just had a full moon in Capricorn. So it'll be the full moon in Aquarius, and you may also be in Aquarius. So, okay, you guys. So now that we just read that from the beautiful moonstone, let's get some more clarifiers and some messages from Spirit. Oh my gosh. I said, one of these piles has more fairy cards than the other. It must be you. Or I should say, it looks like it's you. I'm looking at the other one. I can't really tell. I pull these during the musical reading, and then with my eyes closed and with the cards like down like this, like I don't know what it is until I read for you. So let's just see. So So I'm feeling, I felt witchy magic. Now I'm feeling a lot of fairy magic. Holy crap. Hold on, you guys. This one just flew out. Like literally. Oh, number 11, strength. The